Welcome back to another day. I am back at the office today, and so I have a much better. I've got my mic actually, not using the shitty one on the laptop. Also in the sound room, so everything should sound very nice, very good for recording. Also, the dog is with me as well too. She may make an appearance. How are you, Piper? She was depressed. My dog was depressed that I was gone for so long. So let's take a look at BTC. It did the opposite of what I had been planning for my trade. Like I talked about yesterday, which was that I had been long since around 40.30, and my stops had been down below at 38.20, which was the bottom of the previous candle. And we can see today that on, anyways, so we stops are down at this previous candle, and I was planning to close. Hopefully, that we would have just gone under this 39 if we were going to get a sell off, and it would have allowed me to close pretty easily. On the what happened actually is that it blasted through. Let's take a look at a hourly chart. It was very quick, even like a 5-minute chart. Yeah, look at this dump. So I'm just going to pull up the information here. In a 5-minute period, you had $106 million worth of sell orders coming through, which just blasting the market. Private, chill out. Sorry, dog's getting all riled up. So, what are we looking at now? That's really the kind of the gist of the moment. And this is what I want to pull up. This is kind of what's come out of this morning, is that we came right down to this trend line, this medium-term trend line, and we've also come right back into this most traded area. So we've come back down to this midterm trend line, and it looks like it's going to be a good short, but at the moment we've been going through a lot of choppy periods. Look, since the 20th of December, we've had gone up and down, up, down. All this would have been fine as it was above the 80 MA. However, once we came back down into that 3780 area, we're now seeing a lot of chop. We're going above the 80 MA, having a close up here, then close below, down, which looks to be like a short, like I planned it, and then we're going back up. So there's a lot of chop, and look, right here for the last few days, we've just been going up and down and up and down, below, up and below the 8 and the 21, which, it's pretty significant. It's pretty significant because it just makes it very difficult to place any significant trades. Looking at the daily, we're trying to get a bit less resolution, right? See more bigger trends. We're starting to see that we've passed through the 21 on the daily, passed through the 8 EMA on the daily as well too, which can be. Hey, my dog's got way too much energy for midday. Piper, chill out. And bring her to work, and so anyways, I guess more telling is that on the 2-day we never actually broke above the 21 EMA on the 2-day, which would mean that this is still a short, right, on the 2-day at least, which is not good. Not good at all. So looking at the hourly, we've come right down to this trend line, and I don't think there's going to be a bounce, and we'll probably trade through. My idea is that we have some sort of bounce back up, right? With these BARTs, I guess the flavor of the day with BARTs is that we're going to go flat for a while, maybe like a day until tomorrow, and then we'll get some quick price movement, either up or down, as we've seen. But we are down here. I mean, we could see some trend. I mean, one thing that could happen is that we trend upwards along this trend line for a day or so, and then we get pushed through down to that 3600 area. So yeah, that's BTC. Let me pull up ETH because ETH is a bit more telling. ETH got whacked, like really whacked, and it was very apparent, I guess. You had just day after day of declining ADMA. We're staying underneath it. Even had a nice signal, had bearish divergences on both the MT cross and also the RSI, and then finally broke through. And so now we've seen a clean trend line break through the ADMA, which I guess signifies that we're coming down to lower levels. The first one, I think. Well, first one's 130, right? 150 to 130. But the next one will be 125. I think there'll be some support at, and then also down here 115 once we get down here. But again, looking at the 2-day, we're back under the 21 EMA. This is actually pretty bullish from the 2-day. So I don't know. We are in positive territory on the MT cross, which kind of signifies that it is still positive, even though we've gotten this down move. But because of the 12-hourly, I'm looking to short. We'll be looking to short at some point. I think there will be some sort of bounce back up to this 140 area, 135. Anything above 135, I think, will be a good area to short. At least it's my opinion. It's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. So for me, it's interesting at about 140, 145. Man, that's full on. So looking at that today, getting back from vacation, right, it's tough sometimes. So yesterday I talked in depth quite a bit about LTC. And LTC got blasted. I know yesterday we were looking at like 955, would have gotten up to like 960, which would have been okay. It's about 10 points off from 5 points off from the place that I wanted to go, but just getting back from the holidays, I didn't place this trade. Just because there's a lot of stuff going on and getting back in the swing of things. So we'll be watching this. If we do bounce here, so everybody's kind of flipped their heads, right? So I'm going to make a bullish case right now. So everybody's kind of flipped their heads and said, hey, we are definitely bearish now. Going back down towards lows. We're going to break 3,200, which again, I think is entirely possible. You look at the MT cross and how far we've come up. We didn't pass into, looking at the cross, we didn't actually pass into this upper territory, which is the place that I like to see most of the shorts at, but it is definitely up high, right? Anytime it gets up there, right? Previous time we got above was this 72 area. But look back, what happened? Did we actually press? Yeah, we did push through the 21 EMA. Last time we had such a significant up move like that one was the time that we went to 73. And then it was just down from there. And before that, it was up at 8,100 back in July. So these upper areas of the 12-hour MT cross really represent some very nice shorting levels. Down here at 4K, if you assume that we're going to 2, then it's a very nice shorting area at this area. However, I don't want to discount that we're going to start just moving in this area again, right? This value area, which again we could spend the next month. Let me just mark out this value area. So based on, we're just going to start from there so you can get an accurate picture, right? So I've got it marked out. The upper area of the value area is 4,200 or 4,300 really, and the bottom is 3,568. So we've seen pretty significant trading within these two bounds, and this move is pretty indicative of us staying in this area. That there's going to be continued volume here. At least in the midterm. So bullish case is that, so let me go through the three cases, right? So bullish case is that we bounce off the trend line here and we see further significant appreciation and more kind of upwards choppiness before we kind of sell off into something, I don't know, just big, right? The flat case is that we just bounce around between 4,000 and 3,500 for the next month. And we're in some sort of accumulation phase, which is not really what I want. I don't like these flat markets are really boring, especially if you're trading on the 12-hour and not something like 15-minute. If you're trading on the 15-minute, it's great, but looking at the 12-hour, there's no significant movement, so it's much harder to get any trades in because you're not staying above the 8 or the 21 very long. You're just going back and forth in these ticky-tack style trades. The bearish case is that we blow through this trend line and we continue downwards to retest the lows at 3,200 or 3126. 3126. At the moment, I don't know. I really don't know. I think that there's a case for all three. I mean, the flat might be the best case at this point, seeing how we've come so far down, and we're really just pushing towards lows again. The bearish case is still in play because we did not make a higher high. This is not a higher high, right? Until we make a higher high, there's no argument that the bear market's over. So yeah, let me just come out to a weekly or a 2-day weekly, right? Looking at the weekly, the support again, 3,000 is a strong support. The next one, 2,000. It's from last year at the beginning of the bull market, right? But again, the weekly again is showing signs of that we've gotten down towards. We're getting down towards the bottom, right? At least in my opinion, we're getting towards there. Whether that was 3,200, I don't think so, just because the amount of volume. Just take this up, right? We can see declining volumes still as we're declining. Usually, when we hit a market bottom, there's massive volumes. Again, this is BitMEX. So I have Bitfinex on here. I do. I need to change this. A second. I will bring it up so you can see it. Bitfinex and yeah, Bitfinex. Where's BTC? Oh, why did I do that? Okay, so here's BTC. So again, there has been some volume, but comparatively to the volumes at the top of the market, it's still not there. So whether people are just not interested or something, I don't know. But further decline, we did not pass through again. While this move up has been nice, we still have not gone through the ADMA on the weekly, which is at 41.43. Haven't closed above that. The 21 EMA, I guess, is the big one. That until we cross that, it's still very bearish. Probably you have way too much energy today. My dog has so much energy today, just like super on edge. Bring her to the office and she just can't handle things. Let's get rid of last month's. All right. So let's go back to my list, the red list. Right. So BCH. BCH again, very nice setup on this, very flat, and then finally you had a break. So again, Bitcoin Cash would be a short. Ripple's going to be a short. This is way too big. Where's Ripple? Again, Ripple's a short. That's a very nice short, actually. Everybody got whacked out, and now we're trading below the value area. So it is a very nice short. If we come back up into this value area, it's, I have to take a look. But look at the amount of volume traded on that. Okay, go. Yeah, so annoying sometimes. So again, ETH, again, could be a nice rally. Again, I'm looking at a rally on ETH to 140. That'll cover a bit of the move. Also, it may tie into the bullish narrative, especially if we come off this trend line, to try to trap some people in, and I think it'd be a nice place to short. All right, okay. Dog's kicked out, just not coming back. Kind of kicking myself in the butt for LTC because that would have been a very nice trade. Way beyond my targets for where it actually ended up. So let's just say I woke up this morning and let me reset where the trade would have been. 955, I think. 955. 955, and right here, it's 6.3%. At 10x would have been 63%. So just shows you that you should not go on vacation. ETH. Also very nice. Right. I don't particularly want to look at any other shitcoins. Probably not doing great. Not doing great at all. I'm guessing every one of them is down. All right, the bigger question is: are there any shitcoins which are up? NMR. Nothing. TrueUSD is up. That's good to know. And Tron is having a wow. Look at that. Look at that wick on the 12-hour. I'd sell that. God, there's people that sold at 800, 10% in a day. So that kind of wraps up my outlook on things today. Look at Go. Oh, that was finally looking good. Go was finally looking pretty decent. Finally got above its 21 EMA and then got slammed down today. So Icon back below the 21 EMA as well too. So I think a lot of these alt trades are off. You had your time to try and get them, but all bets are off now. How was Juan doing? Oh man, down to lows. New all-time lows for Juan. 850. So that's gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna take a 0x or XRM was another one. So I think that's pretty much it. I mean, really, we're just looking for confirmation from BTC for the continued down move, which would be breaking below this trend line. So I was looking at the hourly, so we're looking for hourly confirmation like below. So like below 3750 is confirmation of breaking through, and it could take us a lot lower. So volatile day, and I really did not think I was going to get stopped out in like 5 minutes, and that I'd at least have like a few minutes to figure this out. Don't like getting stopped out, but just a part of doing it all. Here you can see that. Look how fast it came down, man. That's so fast. How much in an hour? 358 million sell volume in 1 hour. Wow. Damn, that is a lot. All right, that's going to wrap it up today. I will be back tomorrow. Make sure to share this out, leave some comments. I will take a look at anything that you guys want to take a look at, provide some analysis and some trade setups. So it's good to go. See you guys soon.